Hi. Did you stop doing stupid shit? You got info back. Is that all? Just info? You didn't get any money back? Ugh. So when do you get to quit Jersey Mike's / Big Five / Dollar General? Does you have orientation? Fair. I'm sick of being in pain. I have 2 controllers left, but I need to double time them. And it's taking forever. That'd be nice. Not really. My neck's been locked up like fuck the last couple days. But ironically enough, my personal trainer and I, aka Deep Seek and Kimmy and I, have been doing quite well with our fucking physical therapy program. See, I feel like this is why you got to be smarter than the AI. But also, like, you don't have to be, you know? Because, like, initially I just put in a prompt about, like, everything that's happened and what I feel like is correlating that dates back, to the beginning of the year when it first started in my ankle. And then once it gave me the original plan after urgent care, I just kept telling it updates. But here's the thing. Here's the thing in particular. Urgent care specifically told me not to use ice anymore. I keep wanting to call it ChatGPT just to make things easier. Fucking DeepSeek and Kimmy, I think they both tried to tell me to use ice, after I started feeling better and, something else was locking up. And then it did tell me to use ice on my neck. And I was like, wait a minute. Aren't you not supposed to? Like, urgent care told me, like, why did they tell me not for this, but you're telling me to for this? So, I tried to get it to explain the difference to me of why, and then came to the conclusion that, yeah, even though it's telling me to use ice, I shouldn't use ice. something about muscle spasms versus fuck, I forgot, but yeah. Yeah. But honestly, like everything else has tremendously fucking helped. Well, it depends, because you know, if it was something that's inflamed, basically, it depends. It depends. But considering the fact that I can move and it doesn't hurt, well, I mean, it hurts when I move, but it feels like it's locking up and tightening. That just means that the muscles are contracted and tight and preventing movement, spazzing the fuck out. So spasms, you don't use ice. But if it was from an injury where there's swelling involved, I don't know how to describe it without fucking looking up this shit again. All I know is I don't really want to be alive. I'm over it. Yeah, everything that I'm dealing with is from muscle weakness and posture, moving muscles on one side of my body but not the other, aka like the front versus the back. My left ass cheek is the primary focus right now. And honestly, every exercise that I've done for it, I can fucking feel it. Like the glute exercises, I think have single-handedly made my back better. It told me to stop all the stuff I was doing for my neck and focus more on my ass. Which does make sense, because, you know, again, my left ankle was the one that was, you know, where I had my first issues, which was tied to my psoas and my sciatic nerve, which is tied to your hip flexors. I mean, like I said, I keep circling back to it. I've known about this issue the whole fucking year. I just haven't done shit for it. Like, I've tried to, I just haven't acted on it. Even TikTok keeps sending me, you know, fucking that shit on my For You page. Are your hip flexors tightening up on you? Does it hurt when you know? And I had the inkling then. That's when I learned, you know, my psoas and all that. But all I did was, you know, write out a bunch of exercises. I never really did anything. Well, it would be definitely a lot more helpful if I was in a nurturing environment, or, you know, an environment that's completely untoxic, that I could communicate effectively with somebody, and possibly even, you know, see a doctor and a physical therapist on a regular basis. But, you know, we don't live in a Walgreens world, so I gotta suffer in silence because it's easier that way. I thought I was gonna get yelled at today because somebody got me the wrong macaroni. Like, I didn't even ask for macaroni. Oh, I got you macaroni. Thanks, you can have it. And then I just like walked away. And then they got a text like, "Oh, you didn't take the macaroni. You don't want it? No, you can have it. Thanks. Is it wrong? If I tell you it is, you're gonna yell at me." But I did. I just yeah, it's the wrong one. Plus, I don't need any. I could have used milk and water instead. I'm gonna order more on the 10th anyway. Thanks. And this time I didn't hear anything back, but usually I get yelled at. These controllers also make me want to cry. I hate my life. Everything hurts, which has made it, very difficult. I wanted to get all these controllers done by Tuesday, and I thought that was, I thought that was like taking a while. And I still haven't fucking finished them. Like now I'm thinking about Saturday. And I only have 2 left. Well, technically I have like 5 left because several of them need repairs, which is another disappointing factor. Because, I spent essentially 2 hours on them and now you get nothing for it. One of them is a PS5 controller. So that's almost $10 that I'm missing out on. But I'm gonna see if I can keep the fuck ups and continue working on them until I can get them fixed, and then take them back in when I do. If I do. Literally, I have one of them that's halfway disassembled, and I gave up like 5 hours ago. And then I took a nap. And I've been in a shitty mood since. Cause I don't want to fucking do it. I just want to get them done, turn them in, get some money, get some more, and fucking keep going. But goddamn. Nothing's going right. Everything keeps going wrong. And then I keep hurting worse. I mean, I've definitely been lying down a lot more this last week. Well, last 2 weeks really. Cause that first week, fuck, I was fucking horizontal for like 3 days straight. my back realistically feels solid. Like I know that there's a weakness there because I have felt, certain hollow pains, um, you know, as a kind of pre-indicator of if you go any further, you will collapse and want to die. But yeah. I don't know where I was going with that. I need to finish these controllers. I need food. I need I got my bike seat in and I got that on, but I'm also disappointed in it because it's literally barely a half-inch bigger than the one that I have, although it does feel a little bit nicer. From the, just sitting on it. I haven't rode it yet, but I'm wondering if it's still a bit too small. I guess technically it's not much smaller than I even was trying to order. I thought it was 150 millimeters. A little bit smaller than that, but not much. How the fuck do you figure that? Where the fuck did you pull that from? I feel like I can almost certainly say no the fuck I didn't. Because I don't know how short the seat was. I didn't know how to measure the seat to begin with. I just knew how to measure my ass. So I don't even know how short my seat was until I got this new one and then figured out how to measure both of them. And that's when I compared the two and was like, it's only barely a half-inch bigger. Yeah, you're doing me confused. I said the handlebars were like 6 inches too low. Well, I don't know if I said that, but I know I typed that into fucking DeepSeek like 50 bajillion times, trying to get different outcomes. That's another thing. See, that's this is the one. See, DeepSeek helped me buy my seat and get the measurements for that. However, I cannot for the fucking life of me get any AI to help me buy handlebars and a bike stem and a riser. Oh my fucking god, that is a goddamn nightmare. I swear to fucking god. You do not know the amount of fucking fuckery that I've been going through with that. It all started when I was like, hey, DeepSeek. And then I gave it a prompt of, here's what I've measured. Here's how short it feels. What kind of handlebars and shit do I need? And it's just like, oh, just get this and this. And I'm like, okay, well, what the fuck? And it's like, yours is way too big. You need something really small. And I'm like, no, the fuck I don't. That's going to take it down so much further. What the fuck are you talking about? And a lot of this is, kind of mirrored. So sometimes shorter is longer. But in this case, it definitively fucking wasn't. And I knew it. I just didn't know why the fuck it was trying to gaslight me into it was. And that's the significant differentiation in bike parts and whatnot. Because the rise that it was talking about wasn't the rise that I was talking about. And I couldn't get it to see past that no matter what the fuck I tried. It just kept looping back to like, oh, you need a 40 to 50 millimeter rise. Like, no. I need the stem with a rise, but I need a riser itself. No, you don't. Yes, I fucking do. Just use the riser you have. It's fucking welded to the. Oh, well, okay, yeah, you need a new riser. Okay, well, what size do I need? You need a 40 to 50. No, I fucking don't. What do you mean? That's the size. Oh my god. Oh my god. And it was just, I gave up. I gave up. You have to be at least somewhat smarter than the AI. I dropped my water and now that pissed me off. Fuck my life. So, I have this Xbox Elite controller here. And the issue is I can't get the circuit board off. There's 2 circuit boards on it. And for some fucking reason on the Xbox Series controllers and the Xbox One controllers, you know, they're easily removable, but the Xbox Elite controllers have this goddamn fucking little pin that's like about a half an inch tall that goes through the first circuit board. And it doesn't seem to fucking be able to remove the board from it because everything's in the goddamn way. So I don't know how the fuck to get this shit off. And I don't want to fuck with it because, you know, dude asked me like, oh, how long do these take you? So I'm trying to time everything. So I'm trying to time how much it takes me to fucking do this shit. But at the same time, I'm not trying to sit there and, you know, be like, oh yeah, it took me fucking 2 weeks when, you know, it was realistically like a week of procrastination and a week of actual attempts. The fuck are you talking about? God damn it, Alice. God damn it. You've got work brain. What do you mean I drank all my water before 8 p.m.? I still have 36 ounces to go. Hold on. No, more than that. That's 32 plus that. I got 3 16-ounce bottles. The fuck do you mean at least I finished it before 8 p.m.? Yes, it is a week of procrastination if I can't get off the fucking floor. It's just a different type of procrastination. Although I did drink all my water before 8 p.m. 2 days ago, but you weren't fucking here for that, so I don't know how the fuck you'd know about it. Have you ever found a movie that you wanted me to narrate? Because I came to the conclusion 3 days ago when you weren't here, and my neck really hurt. I'm kind of waiting on Silent Hill and everything. Like I'm procrastinating everything until I'm kind of better. Yeah, I kind of figured that's what you were doing. Since, from the little bit of information that I've derived upon our encounters, um there are generally three reasons why you're not around. One, you're trying to earn that Skrilla dealing with stupid asses. Two, you're hanging out somewhere doing something with some people. Three, Netflix didn't notify you. And depending on what day it is, we can also derive further information from that. I've watched enough Sherlock Holmes for this. Come on. Do I need to play that U-Haul music? Fucking TikTok. That anime protagonist shit. If we're talking about the beginning of the week, as in Sunday through Monday, Sunday through Wednesday on the Gregorian calendar, that means there's a 70% chance that you were, we can go that route. Yeah, the Death Note fucking sound. Is that from Death Note? Now, depending on which calendar we use, will depend on which day of the week. See, all of a sudden we're dropping signal now. This is the first time, although now I do need an update. Like it's Windows is actually telling me like, not that I have one at this point, but like, hey, you need to restart your computer because like we've got an update that we already downloaded. I had one that I had lined up the other day that I never watched, but I kind of forgot what it was. I kind of don't feel like putting it on regardless. I'm wanting something else. We could go with that Danish film that I saw on whatchamacallit, TikTok. Oh, you got your computer back. That's right. Have you tried the DVD? At least it's running fabulously. No, there was yeah, Speak No Evil. Apparently, there was a U.S. one that I also have on my watch list already that I haven't seen yet, but the original one apparently is better. Even though James McAvoy is in it, like how the fuck can you get better than James McAvoy? Like everything that dude's in is an absolute fucking banger. Speaking of James McAvoy, fuck Quentin Tarantino and PlayStation. You can straight up play DBD again. I did uninstall DBD, but that doesn't mean I'm not gonna play it again. I'm just pissed off and fucking boycotting right now. I'm eventually gonna reinstall it and fucking give them another $100 for cosmetics and playable characters that I haven't gotten yet, and then 100% the achievements. Okay, so Quentin Tarantino recently went on some random podcast and shit on Paul Dano and said he's the weakest actor in existence, and really went after him for being a complete piece of shit and being the worst part of what was it? No Country for Old Men? What was that fucking movie? Oh, Yes, There Will Be Blood. No. Oh, god damn it. There Will Be Blood. Yeah. He called him the weakest fucking actor in SAG. The film's big giant flaw, and just went on and on and on about how trash Dano was and how he almost makes the film unwatchable. Like, Quentin Tarantino has such a fucking goddamn god complex. I wish somebody would put him in his fucking place. Although I can say that about thousands of people that are also in positions of power. You know what I came to the realization of today? All the hate that I've been giving M. Night Shyamalan over these years should have been directed at Quentin Tarantino. Like, realistically talking here, M. Night Shyamalan's done nothing, in my opinion, to deserve any of the hate that I've been giving. But oh my god, Quentin Tarantino is a goddamn fuckwad. Also, I just want to keep pointing out of the fact that, you know, I do technically still have mutuals that consider themselves Swifties. And I'd just like to say that, first of all, why is Theo Vaughn going against, you know, saying take down my shit, don't use my shit, but Taylor Swift can't even do that? Second of all, Sabrina Carpenter's doing far more about that than Taylor Swift ever did. Like, god damn. If the first thing was Theo Vaughn for me, but I'm definitely liking Sabrina Carpenter more now. Over the White House social media using their music and stuff. Like, the White House account used something about Theo Vaughn, where Theo Vaughn does say something racist, but even he was like, yo, White House, that's not cool, take that shit down. Like, he legitimately tweeted on his Instagram, yo, White House, that's not cool, take that shit down. Taylor Swift has had her songs used for deportation videos and done nothing about it. Nintendo has had their the Pokemon theme used for deportation videos and kind of commented on it, but that was about it. Even though they, generally do sue everybody. But Sabrina Carpenter is also taking on the administration now. Yeah, a lot of artists do speak out, but you know, I'm just trying to point out the fact that I hate Taylor Swift. She's a billionaire and she hasn't done shit. Stop idolizing fucking people. Stop it. Also, I have not seen There Will Be Blood, but I have seen, Paul Dano. Well, I can't admit, I could see him being a weak actor. I think he is a phenomenal actor. And has done nothing but great work in what I have seen him in. And that's also what I've been hearing on my For You page about Dano Defenders. Even like literally the first one I can remember right now is like, have I seen every Paul Dano movie ever? No. But has every Paul Dano movie ever that I've seen been in a complete banger? Yes. You probably didn't see the drunk raccoon, but there was a drunk raccoon. Okay, right now I almost have full range of mobility in my neck with minimal pain. Probably should get up and stretch, honestly. How long have I been sitting? It's been 40 minutes. I shouldn't be sitting that long. I'm supposed to get up every 20 minutes if I'm sitting, according to my AI doctor. Trying to force yourself to sleep. It's crazy. Like I've been methodically watching my progression on TikTok over the last couple years in my own mind, like a fucking movie. It's crazy. It's crazy. First of all, I'd like to point out that I was saying your frontal lobe doesn't develop until you're 32. Well, okay, I said it until your early 30s. Um, years ago, back before this fucking research came out. and yeah, that's kind of what it feels like. Like going back in the longevity of TikTok and social media. But more over to the point of falling to sleep, going from learning about ASMR and then let's see, how did the pipeline go? Something about ASMR, then Reiki. Well, no, I guess it was ASMR, frequency music, and sound bass, then Reiki. And I guess tarot kind of goes in with Reiki. And then there was quantum energy. Yeah. Pretty wild. Pretty wild ride. But yeah, I've been stuck on like Reiki frequency, that quantum shit for the last like year or two, I'd say. Love it. Love it. Don't love all the people in it, but do love it. I feel like once you get past ASMR and frequency sound bowls, like you really got to start being careful about the creators that you encounter. Like this is why, like I made a post, asking people for, if they knew anybody doing sound, any of that stuff. And I didn't get any responses. It wasn't a video that really did very well, but I did try to bring up the fact, like looking for people that aren't toxic, because a lot of them seem to talk major shit on each other, whether directly as creators or just as a vague generality. And then some of them also seem to completely disavow any modern medicine and claim that they can directly heal you without, and that you like one of them that I actually enjoy watching for some fucking reason, constantly goes off about how doctors are stupid and you're stupid if you go to doctors and doctors can't do anything. And what's the doctor supposed to do? You go to the doctor and tell them what's wrong with you, and then they order tests and all this stuff and charge you money. But while I can just feel what's wrong with you and tell you exactly what's wrong with you, and you give me $20 and I can heal you, like that's the kind of shit I'm talking about. But see, okay, it shouldn't sound suspicious. That's the wrong word, the wrong feeling for this. But I get where you're coming from. This is coming from a place of genuineness, of somebody that definitively believes, not just in the supernatural and stuff, but like, do you see what I'm trying to get across here? Like, it's not one of the scammers that puts on the face of like, oh, I can heal you, like those health gurus or the health coaches, but the counter to that. Like religious psychosis. Oh yeah, absolutely. That's a good way to look at it. Like regardless if it's too good to be true, it probably is. Yeah, yeah. That goes true whether it's psychosis or scamming. Ugh. Do some neck rolls and stuff. Oh. I think I've watched Leave the World Behind at least 3 times this week, at least in the background. And I want to watch it again, and I want them to make a fucking sequel. But here's the thing, like, I know that it was written as a standalone, and that it's based off of a standalone book, and that nothing's supposed to be answered, and we're supposed to have all these questions and all that stuff. But here's the thing, I feel like, yes, the first one wrapped up nicely. We have more questions than answers, really, but a lot of answers that we don't realize are there. And also, we could do like a Bird Box type situation, or, you know, quote unquote spin-off of the franchise. Just do an alternate portion of the universe. Do a different group in a different area during a different period of time, perhaps. I mean, fuck. You show us the beginning, and then you show us, you know, maybe 2 months in or 15 months in. You know, it could be just as disorienting, you know, being thrown into the middle like that with absolutely no context. And then all of a sudden at the end of the movie, you find out like you've been watching the enemy side the whole time. Or, you know, they don't even have to do a twist like that. But you get what I'm saying. Like, just a different... Take Bikini Bottom and put her over there. I liked it. I want to see more. Because, like, honestly, yeah, they really can't do much with this one. Because if they do use the same family and they go, you know, to the bunker, what are they going to do? Stay in the bunker the whole time? Like, the bunker was literally next door. So what would the movie be? And even if they don't, and they go off and, you know, the bunker's overrun, or, like, you know, they have to run because, you know, they're fighting, what are we gonna learn from that? Because the whole point of the first one was the uncertainty. So to keep on that theme, it would only make sense to have a completely new group. Plus, again, they were literally next door to the bunker they were talking about going to pretty much the whole movie. Well, I guess like the last 30 minutes. I mean, fuck. This movie starts, you know, from a family's perspective of, I hate everybody. I just decided, fuck this bullshit. Let's go on vacation today. We don't do anything. We overwork ourselves. And they do that, and everything goes to hell. But what if we have a family, or, you know, somebody that's in a shitty apartment in LA or New York or whatever, that doesn't go on vacation because they can't afford to. So they go to work anyway and shit happens, you know? Yeah, I mean, as much as I'd like to have answers to this family and, you know, what happens to them, we know as much as we need. Let's move on. Them rapping with the little girl being quote unquote lost, but she's really already found the fucking doomsday bunker, and her episode of Friends that she was missing out on the whole movie is like the perfect ending. It's fucking beautiful. I love it. 10 out of 10 from me. Are you making dinner? Did you eat dinner? I should get dinner. It's great because at the there's a couple things that I like uh about how full circle the end of the movie is, because the end of the movie is kind of like the last 20 minutes, because you get three different perspectives really. You get the dad and his son and uh the homeowner going to their neighbor to get medicine and finding out more information, and then you get the daughter or the mom and his daughter going out in the woods looking for their lost daughter and finding out more information. And then you have the daughter who fucked off entirely, found the bunker, and is watching, what she was talking about at the beginning of the movie. So it's kind of dragged out, but it's also kind of the same part. But anyway, at the very beginning of the movie, they're on their way to the Airbnb, and the little girl's in the back seat watching Friends on her DVD player when the signal drops out, and it's on the last episode, so she's complaining about it the whole movie, like, can you take me to the coffee shop when we get back of Friends? Like, I don't think that's real, honey. I think it was just a set. Like, can you fix the TV? I really want to. Like, she starts straight up talking about her anxiety from not being able to watch the last episode of Friends. Mind you, this chick's supposed to be like 10 or like 13. So, yeah, she's going off about Friends the whole movie, and then her brother, who's a complete dick, is like messaging this girl who is apparently might be near the Airbnb. So like he asked his dad, like, hey, there's this girl, she lives here. Like, do you think we could meet up with them? And they kind of just brush it off. But both things are gone back to at the end of the movie, because he's basically dying in the fucking car, throwing up blood, his teeth are falling out, and they're trying to, like, his dad and the other dad are in the front seat trying to figure out what the fuck is going on and where they need to go and what they need to do. He's just like, do you think Taylor's okay? And his dad looks back and they both go silent, like, who's Taylor? And like, for a second you're like, who the fuck is he talking about? But then you remember, like, oh yeah, he's talking about that one chick that he was flirting with at the beginning of the fucking movie. But like, it is kind of also very realistic situations. Like, yeah, if you were a teenage dude in that situation, like, I could totally see myself if I was 16, in that situation, we were going to Airbnb, yeah, because like I remember that there was this chick that I hit up when we went on vacation one time, and I was like, yeah, you're only like an hour away, although I had my own car at the time, so if something would have happened, and like I would have ended up with my grandpa and be like, man, I wonder if she's all right. Like, yeah, very realistic. And then take it even back even further, I'm pretty sure if I was 10 years old, 13, we were on vacation. The fuck was I watching back then? Can't really remember. Pokemon? I feel like that was too old for Pokemon at that point. I mean, I was older when Pokemon came out. Not too old for. I love Pokemon. I recorded that shit. But you get the point, yeah. It's full circle. It's very, very realistic. I'm trying to put on something now, but oh, wait a minute. Okay, yeah, that was fine. It's this button. Exactly, yeah, we recorded it with VHS. I remember I was pissed off because I had the VCR set to record Pokemon for the week because we were going on vacation, and it didn't air. I got Gargoyles. I think that was the OJ Simpson trial shit. Because like they stopped playing Pokemon because of OJ Simpson. I was like, God damn it. Oh fuck no, I don't remember. I'm getting my timelines all mixed up. Okay, so no, Gargoyles. OJ Simpson affected Gargoyles, not Pokemon. But I did record both shows religiously. Yeah, yeah. I guess I just lumped the two together because those are the only two shows I really ever recorded on VHS tape. I started thinking about that. I was like, wait a minute, that timeline doesn't match up. But I know that I tried to record Pokemon and I didn't get it. I got I got one and then it was other shit. Buffering. Uh, I'm gonna try a reset real quick and we'll see if that fixes it. Give me like 5 minutes. We'll see if that little restart the update that it wants me to do fixes it. I don't even know if you're hearing any of this.